Yeah, a club that my grandparents go to.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the May 2022 inauguration. I'm your governor, President Larry Tate. Are you? I don't know.
Woo! Can you take a seat?
Well said.
There you go. Okay. All right. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's inauguration. We'll be getting started here in just a second. If everyone can, please stay quiet around the camera. They're trying to get their filming going. And if everyone can please stand for the national anthem. All right. Thank you.
Well, I guess I've just been thrown on the bench, but welcome everyone to the inauguration. It's going to be the May 2022 inauguration with these wonderful people behind me. We're going to get started here with the oaths and affirmations into office. Each of the candidate, or each of the, I guess, the elected officials or the soon-to-be officials have chosen what they wanted to say. So how this is going to work, we're going to call them one by one, starting with the state reps. And we are going to get them started. Each of them will have 5 minutes to do a speech if they wish, and we'll go from there, okay? So the first one called up by last name alphabetical is going to be Ryan Avery, or Rai Avery. Hi, Mr. Avery, can you face me for a second? And raise your hand. Okay. Will you repeat after me? I, Rai Avery.
I, Rai Avery.
Do solemnly affirm.
Do solemnly affirm.
That I will support and defend the Constitution.
That I will support and defend the Constitution.
Of the United States.
Of the United States.
And of the state of San Andreas.
And of the state of San Andreas.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
And will bear true allegiance.
And I will bear true allegiance.
And integrity to the same.
And integrity to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office which I'm about to enter.
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
Congratulations, Mr. Avery.
Epic.
That's my
Okay, this is
son.
the time for Mr. Avery to have 5 minutes, or I guess Representative Avery to have 5 minutes to have a speech.
I like to start off by thanking my father for beating me. It really shaped me into the man I am today. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of nervous, but fun isn't something one considers when balancing politics, but this event, this right here, does bring a smile on my face. You don't always need a plan. Sometimes you need to breathe, let go, and see what happens, like I'm doing right now. You gotta run before you can walk. And I understand with great power comes great responsibility. Laws are webs in which big flies pass and little ones get caught. And I want to change this. We live in a society. An empire toppled by its enemies can rise again. One that crumbles from within, that's
Well,
dead forever. And I'm willing to change this, and I'm going to try my best to end corruption and end crime. Thank you. That's all I got.
That's my son.
Thank you, Representative Avery. Okay. We're going to get started with the next state representative-elect, which is going to be Jericho Del Monte. Can you please approach? Mr. Del Monte at this time has chosen to do an affirmation. Please raise your hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jericho Del Monte,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will support and defend the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of San Andreas
and of the state of San Andreas
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and I will bear true integrity and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true integrity and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office which I'm about to enter.
of the office I'm about to enter.
Please give it up for newly appointed State Representative Jericho Del Monte.
My friends and fellow citizens of San Andreas, my name is Jericho Del Monte. Many of you know me and know what I do. For those that don't, during my time in this fine state, I have worked hard to elevate and stimulate the economy of our state through the private sector. Through job creation, investing in growing industries, I have been doing my part to create a more prosperous American society. I have been a businessman, entrepreneur, venture capitalist, and I have worked tirelessly to provide safety and security to the state of San Andreas. As an industry leader across multiple business sectors, I am honored it is now my time for me to lend my administrative experience to the legislature, as elected by you, the people. Government, after all, is like a business. And like any business, poor management leads to grave consequences, as it has in the past time and time again. I feel it is my duty to serve my fellow citizens by effecting the changes they want to see, the changes they all can agree on, and the outcomes we all strive for. With that, I stand alongside and in support of my fellow state rep, Rai Rai, of the Liberty Party. The values we hold true are the ones we all are united on. While we may disagree on some subjects, as all Americans should, we believe in the ideas and concepts that this land was founded on, particularly the First and Second Amendment rights, small government, and embracing capitalism. The Liberty Party stands with all red-blooded Americans. In closing, I give a congratulations to all my fellow state reps across all parties, and I look forward to seeing a productive Congress ensuring the will of the people is enacted. Thank you all.
That's my fucking state rep.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next state representative-elect, which is going to be Jordan Malone. Mr. Malone, at this time, has decided to have an oath into office. Mr. Malone, may you raise your hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jordan Malone,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will help support and defend the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of San Andreas
and in the state of San Andreas
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
on which I'm about to enter.
in which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Please give it up for newly appointed state representative, Mr. Malone.
That's my dog.
So I do want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. This has been honestly an incredible journey. The job's just getting started, though. I'm beyond excited to start working alongside with every single one of these other reps here. My congratulations to them again. We've all worked hard to get where we're at. This is going to be a great Congress, and the ideas we all have in store for this term is amazing. I want to thank all my supporters since day one, and to those who have been voting me into office. As stated before, it's been an incredible journey, and I wouldn't be here without them. We are all here for the common goal in aiding the citizens of San Andreas and making an impact in the state. I look forward to the rest of this term, and I'm excited to see what else comes in store. Thank you.
What am alone?
Okay. Thank you, Representative Malone. We're going to move on to the next state representative, which according to my list, number 4 of 5 is going to be the one, the only, James Paxton. Mr. Paxton today has chose to do an affirmation into office. Mr. Paxton, if you face me and raise your left hand. Okay. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, James Paxton,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will support and defend the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of San Andreas
and of the state of San Andreas
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith or true integrity
and that I will bear true integrity
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of which I'm about to enter.
of the office of which I am about to enter.
Please congratulate Representative Paxton.
Thank you, everybody. Citizens of San Andreas. First of all, I want to thank you for electing me to once again serve as a state representative. I want to congratulate the newly elected government of San Andreas. I look forward to working with all of you in the next few months. My goal as a representative is to serve all citizens of the state of San Andreas, not those who voted for me, not those who agree with me ideology or my ideology or my ideals. The state is one that is large and diverse, and one that no single ideology should define who we are or how our government operates. Finally, I'd like to thank the outgoing government. Being in government can be difficult. I've been there twice before, and governing is not easy. So thank you for all you've put into the state, and I look forward to being able to do my part once again over the next few months. Thank you all.
Thank you, Representative Paxman. And we're going to our final representative-elect at this point. Our final one is going to be Audrey Storm, if Miss Storm may approach. Okay, Miss Storm at this time is elected to do an oath of office. Miss Storm, may raise your left hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Audrey Storm,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
Of faith. Sorry, 1 second. That I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of San Andreas
and for the state of San Andreas
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I bear true faith
and I bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
and I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
on which I'm about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Please congratulate Representative Storm.
Well, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming here today and participating in the election. I look forward to working with everyone who was elected and seeing what kind of changes we can make. That's all. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Okay. We're now going to be moving on to our executive branch. So this inauguration has Carmen McKenzie and Jacob Wheeler as the governor and lieutenant governor, respectively. At this time, I'm going to call Mr. Wheeler up to the stand to receive his affirmation into office. And then we'll be calling up Carmen McKenzie to do her oath into office. Mr. Wheeler, you may raise your left hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jacob Wheeler,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of San Andreas
and of the state of San Andreas
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true integrity
that I will bear true integrity
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office which I'm about to enter.
of the office which I am about to enter.
Everyone please congratulate Lieutenant Governor Wheeler.
Thank you, Judge McElmore. I don't really have a speech. I just want to say congratulations quickly to my newly elected colleagues in the legislature across all parties. Looking forward to working with you to serve the people of San Andreas. I also want to congratulate our new governor, Carmen McKenzie. I cannot wait to see what you're able to do with your time in office. And lastly, to the people of San Andreas, thank you for your trust in us to serve you in your best interests. I hope that we're able to do you proud. Thank you.
Awesome. On to the last time I'm going to be doing this for the next 4 months. Here I will call up the governor-elect, Carmen McKenzie. Carmen, if you may raise your left hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Carmen McKenzie,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will support and defend the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of San Andreas
and of the state of San Andreas
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office which I'm about to enter.
of the office on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Please congratulate Governor McKenzie.
Tonight I accept the honor. Tonight I accept the honor of being the governor of San Andreas. I once more make it my main priority to serve each and every one of you, whether you voted for me or not, no matter what party you represent, what path in life you walk. Just as I did when I was lieutenant governor, I stand here as a vessel through which your voice can be heard. I continue to be grateful for the opportunities and assistance I've garnered along the way, and I understand fully why I'm where I am. I've learned a great deal and changed just as much over the last year. Thank you for believing in me, allowing me the room to make mistakes, and still hold me accountable. I'm excited to get to work on revising the criminal code, seeing further development in Sandy and Grapeseed, and working to promote businesses in those areas as well as Southside. Despite the plans I have already mentioned, I urge each and every one of you to continue voicing your concerns to both executive and legislative branches, sure we are doing our part to serve you and your interests. Thank you everyone for coming. Please be safe on the way out.
That's my daughter.
Did I just come late?
That's my girl.
Perfect timing. Yay! Congrats!
Alrighty. Congratulations again to all the newly elected representatives and Lieutenant Governor and Governor. That will conclude all of the events we had scheduled out for tonight. There is food around from Bento's if anybody would like it, and have a safe time getting home. Yeah, take care.
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, pardon me.